This video called It Has Started. I was watching a channel called This Is Not England, Enough Is Done by Wesley Winter, depicting the riots in the Middlesbrough community a day or so ago. I was showing it to my daughter to show her what to expect as these riots are kicking off all the way around the country, and I knew it was coming to our area sooner or later, well actually sooner than I thought. Lo and behold, as we were coming back from shopping, I was with my brother and daughter. We turned up a back street and my daughter saw 3 white men in balaclavas in black, full black, smashing a house window, and another man riding up the path in front of me in a back balaclava, looking at me with absolute hate. These were hoodies that I haven't seen before. He looked well fed, fairly smart for someone in a balaclava. I got the impression that these were counterfeit hoodies, made to look of appearance to those. Not the hoodies I'm familiar with, who usually hang around parks, zooming up and down on motorbikes, thin, worn-out clothes, like thin bodies and stuff, because they're usually on the bread line. Not only that, from what I've witnessed, they wouldn't break windows unnecessarily to make a show of their presence. It's only on occasions. If they've got a vendetta or something against someone, or maybe not at all, maybe it's been alluded that way. Anyway, we have an unwritten code around here, and I'm also working class or considered feral, that they respect us as long as we respect them, especially any down-putting. Shortly after that, I saw 2 Islamists on a motorbike with balaclavas on, riding on a motorbike in the opposite direction, who were smiling quite happily, both again well dressed and clean. It's very unusual to see Islamists in the area where I am, unless they're in taxis, Uber Eats or local news agents. The influx has risen dramatically in the last 2 months. I'm not saying every Islamist is bad, but this was an unusual happening. To see them, on a motorbike in balaclavas, obviously a plant in the area, and I believe that they're all probably part of the same thing, on the same side. And I started wondering if they were both on the same side, as I just said, being as they look so well turned out and odd behaviour. Maybe to incite some racial hatred amongst the locals against whites and blacks, and I believe that there are fragments of people who are actually in these riots that are kind of in with the big show of it, and I think that they want to itch the communities to start thumping the hell out of each other because it suits them for the next agenda, which is usually to take more rights off you. Where I live, it is traditionally a mix of mainly white, black and mixed race, which is in North Solihull, an economically deprived area and one of the largest estates in Europe. In view of the earlier posts with messages from God that we are being invaded by trained terrorists, and I believe that these, even though they're black and Pakistani, I reckon they're in on the show. I believe that could be a mixed bag of people who maybe seem to be on your side, but who are inciting violence in the UK. All I'm saying is, watch what you're getting involved in, and also advice I'm giving to women, try and avoid, racial areas, of certain concentrations, and keep to the main roads. That applies to anyone. Bye.